Let's tackle the common challenge that very many parents are facing right now, and that is the baby refusing to take a bottle or to bottle feed. If you're that kind of parent that is struggling with this kind of issue, you are not alone. I've been there, very many people have been there, and that is why I'm here. I got you covered with the tips and tricks that you can take on while you navigate this kind of feeding hurdle. Well, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith Homoza, and if you're new here, feel free to join the beautiful family by subscribing, liking, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section what you think of the video. If there is anything that you need to add, please feel free. And for your returning subscribers, thank you. Let's get into it. Well, if you want to overcome bottle refusal easily, make sure you watch this video from the beginning to the end. And I don't want you to miss out anything, because maybe in the middle there, that is where you're going to find that trick or tip that is going to help you out. The first tip is patience and persistence. Like the saying goes, patience pays. If you want your baby to get used to the bottle, you do not need to push them, because especially for those babies that have been breastfed from the beginning, all they know is the breast, right? And you need to introduce this bottle to them. So you need to be very patient. As they keep on refusing to take the bottle, you need to keep on offering it to them. When they take it, even if they take a very small portion, it is okay. You just have to do it at regular intervals through the day and at different times of the day. And always make sure you do not upset them, because when you upset them, they will definitely refuse to take it. So you always have to get them when they are calm and relaxed. And that takes me to the second tip, and that is introducing different kinds of nipples and bottles to the baby. And I have some different types of bottles that I have with me right now that I'm going to show you. I used on my daughter when she had refused to take the bottle, but I assure you, when I kept on changing them, it later worked. So babies can be very picky about the sizes of the bottle, about the kinds of nipples you're giving them, about the flow of the milk from the nipples, like different shapes. They can be very picky. So all you have to do is keep changing them and see what will work for your baby. Some babies may prefer nipples that actually mimic the breast or the shape of the breast for a natural feel, right? And then there are those babies that really do not mind. Like, if you're giving me a bottle, it's a bottle. I know what the breast feels like, right? So I'm gonna show you these nipples. There is this. It's kind of small. Yeah, it's small and long. Then there is this. It's it's more of a breast, but not as a breast because it has a long nipple. And then there is this. This is what she loved the most. It's the shape. You see the difference. They are both small, but you see that you can spot the difference. Let me just bring it closer. You can spot the difference. This one has more bold curves than this. I don't know how to explain it, but you can tell the difference. So would put this in her mouth. It would feel. I think it would feel good for her, because like the whole mouth would be covered in this, which would not happen with this because this is a bit slim. So every time she would put it in her mouth, like she would just really spit it out, literally. And this, like, kind of in the middle. She used not to like it. At the same times, when she would, be hungry, she would not have any option but take it. So yeah, you have to keep changing the nipples. This had a very fast flow. Like every time we would put milk or formula in this, like it would really flow at a high rate, and she hated it. She wanted this that had a very small flow, would feel like she's on a breast, like because she would put in effort to pull the milk out. So among these, she loved this the most. And the bottles, there was this kind. She hated this. I think it's because it was big. I don't know. I really can't give a reason. When I'd just gone back for work, she was about 2 months. Would feed her in this because, would, measure in this. And I think because we used to do it regularly, she kind of liked this one the more. Then when she grew older, because this was too small for her, I introduced this one. She hated this one as well, and she loved this one. So really, my point is, keep on trying different kinds of bottles and different kinds of nipples, because you will never know what your baby likes. Because she will obviously not tell you she likes this or she hates that. It is after you changing the nipples or the bottles that you will see, oh, she takes more while using this kind of bottle, or she takes more while using this kind of nipple. And that is when you'll know what really works for your little ones. Which takes me to the third tip, and that is you have to warm the milk and the nipples. For your little one, a lukewarm temperature of the milk can make it more appealing for him or her to take it. On top of warming the milk, I would advise you warm the nipple as well. Get this nipple, put it in hot water, let it settle, let it get warm enough, and then put it back on the bottle. But before you offer the milk to the baby, make sure you test the temperature. You can put some drops on your wrist to test the temperature to see, to make sure it is not so hot for the baby. Yeah, and yes, after doing that, takes me to the next tip, and that is creating a calm and soothing environment for the baby. This helps your baby to feel more relaxed during feeding time. So what you're going to do is to find a calm and quiet, comfortable place with minimum distractions to help your baby concentrate on the task at hand, which is bottle feeding. And while in that place, playing some gentle, slow music will help, as well as dimming the lights. Make sure the lights are not too sharp. This is going to help put your baby in the mood of feeding. The next tip is having someone else offer the bottle to the baby. Let it be a housemate, let it be your partner, let it be your relative or a friend. At least make sure it is not you as a mother, because these babies kind of know the mother's scent. You will have to leave the room, first of all. You will not have to stay in the house. Let me tell you, me, when I was bottle feeding, when I was training my baby to bottle feed, I used to literally go out of the house. At first, since she was too little, I used to sit there. I would get the breast milk, pump it, give it to my housemaid to feed the baby, but I would stay around. Like, I would literally stick around to see what's going on. When I started getting out of the house, like going far away from the house, she started taking the bottle with no stress. Babies might be more willing to take the bottle from a different person other than you, the mother. And also, one of the tricks here, you have to keep switching the people. Just in case she jams one person, like if one person is giving her the bottle and she keeps refusing, switch it up, give it to someone else to offer the bottle and see whether there would be a difference. For this next tip, that is when I introduce baby Teddy. Baby Teddy, say hi to the community. Hey. Next tip is try different feeding positions. Just like with the bottle thing, you have to keep changing positions to see what will work best for your little one. This is what I mean. You can try the sitting position, you can try the reclining position, or sometimes you need to walk around with a baby while feeding them. So while doing this, you will see which one your baby prefers. That is a position you'll be able to feed your baby comfortably in. Let's demonstrate with baby Teddy. So this is what I mean. You can try this position, the breastfeeding position, like while the baby is like this, or you can try this. I don't know whether you can see this. Let me get the bottle. Well, you can try this. You can try this position. The breastfeeding position, like this, or this kind of position. This kind. Yeah, I don't know whether you're seeing this. Like, you put the baby in your laps and carry them and feed them like this. Yeah. Tried that with my daughter and it worked. Or walking around with them, you carry them like this, then you walk around with them like this. Like, definitely make sure the milk is not pouring in their nose or straight to their throat and choking them or something. Introduce distractions to your baby. Can you give a baby a toy? Try feeding them while they are playing with a toy. Like, their mind is really engaged with the toy. Bring a bottle and start feeding them. Or between feeds, you can give your baby a bottle, just like this one, to be playing with them to, get used to the feel and, the look of the bottle. Just between feeds. So these distractions can help them shift their focus and make them more receptive to the bottle. The next tip and trick is introduce a pacifier to your little one. So if your baby is irritated or seems to be upset by the feeling of a bottle, it is better you bring in a pacifier to help them get used to something else that is not a breast. Well, just for you to know, my babies hated pacifiers, like really hated. As in, buying it today, trying it out for like 1 minute, and she just kept on spitting it out. So I literally didn't use them. So there is this. There is this for the fruits when the baby is older, like you put a fruit inside here, then she keeps pulling juice out of the fruit. It's a bit soft and nice. So if you're that kind of person that is not introducing the bottle to your baby earlier, there are people that breastfeed exclusively up to like 6 months when the baby starts solids. The baby can do fruits. So you can introduce this kind of pacifier where you can put fruits, and yeah, the baby can get the vitamins from the fruits through a pacifier. So while using this kind of thing, they will get used to something else being in their mouth other than the breast. The moment you bring a bottle with the rubber, it is not going to be news to them. That takes me to another tip and trick, and that is thinking outside the bottle. What do I mean? Do not always think about feeding your baby with a bottle only. When the baby completely rejects using the bottle, you can think of other things like a syringe. You can pull your milk from you can pull your milk you can pull your milk from a bottle. Make sure it's a good amount, then use it to gently pour it in your baby's mouth. Or you can use a spoon. You can always get a small portion of milk from a cup or from wherever and use it to gently pour it in your baby's mouth. So these are also some of the things that you can use other than a bottle. When your baby completely rejects a bottle, think of this. And if your baby is older than 9 months, you can always introduce them to a straw, like a normal straw. Teach them how to use a straw. You can always pull the milk or whatever liquid that you're having for your baby. You can pull it from the bottom, put it in the straw, then release it in the baby's mouth. I don't have a straw right now, that is why I cannot do it on camera, but yeah, I guess you know what I'm talking about. What is the end game? You have to keep trying and trying and trying, even though the baby refuses, even though the baby keeps refusing. Just do not stress them, but keep trying. Do not stop, because it is going to help you. It is going to give you a lot of freedom. It is going to give you a lot of flexibility, when your baby takes the bottle. So try every single day, and it will be one day like this when your baby will take the bottle like there is no tomorrow. So for all the tricks and tips that I've mentioned, make sure you look through them and see which one works best for your baby. Just keep changing. If it's the nipple, if it is the time, if it is the environment, just keep improving. And one day the baby is going to bottle feed and you will be thankful. Yes, I guess that is it. If you're new here, do not forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section if there is anything, I mean anything that you think I've not talked of, or that you think has to be known by a new mom that is struggling with this kind of problem. If you're returning subscribers, well, thank you. Let's meet in my next video. Bye.